Hey, sharing another ClickChanger update. So my build is finally complete as far as I can tell. I don't think I'll do any other major improvements. So I have all my 6 toolheads updated to the latest design. I have my CPAP installed up here, and I have a cartographer probe running. And let me show it through the paces. Let's home this. So yeah, so the toolhead can home without, like the shuttle can home without any toolheads. And while it's homing, oh yeah, let it do this thing because this is going to move up. There we go. And let me show you one of the toolheads. Okay. So it's like a skeletal design. It's quite lightweight, about 200 grams in this configuration, and like 250 if you have like something bigger. Like this one has the Rapido hot end, and it's a single piece print, but and then the extra pieces for the extruder part, and the hot end heatsink is a structural part of the toolhead, and we have the pin design to lock it in place, plus an extra focus. Hello? Yeah, extra notch here and a bearing on the shuttle to lock it in place. So what I'm going for here is about a kilogram or so removal force, so that we can use nozzle probing reliably. And oops, and it goes on like this. And hello? Actually, let the printer do the thing. And let's go ahead and select tool 1. So yeah, it clicks on, like, removing is quite a bit of force, but it clicks on really lightly. And yeah, let me show the underside. How can I do that? Moving this up. So we have the cartographer probe living here. Like, it should also be compatible with the beacon probe. The dimensions are the same, and I'm running it. Yeah, focus is not cooperating. I'm running it via CAN bus up to the CPAP tube. Not sure if we can get to that side. Let me remove the toolhead. So we have like 5 wires. Yes, 5 wires going up. So these are like 30 gauge wires that are super thin, and they are driving 2 things. They're driving the cartographer probe that needs like 200 milliamps, and it's driving a servo that's controlling the airflow from CPAP. And the servo also needs like 300 milliamps. So at max it's like half an amp going down those wires, and like they're barely enough. So I measured it's like 0.4 ohms one way, so you get like significant voltage drop over that wire, but both the cartographer and the servo are very tolerant to voltage changes. So the first thing in cartographer is that you have a voltage regulator down to 3 volts. So from 5 to 3 there's like plenty of room for voltage drop, and the servo is just, yeah, because of big range of voltages it can work with. I'm still curious to see how long these wires are going to last. So these are PTFE coated wires, so they should be fairly resistant, but they're single core, so they're not stranded. So not really resistant to bending. So far it's been like 20 hours or so, no problems whatsoever. You may know that I started out with a Revo piezo probe, and compared to that, cartographer has been way more reliable. Like I just calibrated it and it goes like very consistent first layers, using the tap probing to detect the nozzle offset, and everything works just perfectly. And let me show you some tool changes. And let's go back to number 3. So you might have noticed that there's like this slight notch on the dock. So the point of that is that it kind of holds the tool into place to allow that click and fully seat the tool onto the shuttle. Depending like what your tightness is, you can probably run without it, and I made it as a separate part to just be able to tune it better. And the last tool is running like a generic extruder. Like the rest of the extruders are here integrated in the tool head, and this one is running a generic extruder, so the dock is also slightly different. And it's just like 2 M3 screws that hold up the tool head. And instead of the top notch, what happens is that you just get the slot here where the fan goes, and the dock just pushes down on the fan itself. So yeah, this is pretty much it, and this design is now finished, and I have so far printed only like 2 material parts, looking to print something more complex. Like there's one example. Let me move over to a better view. And so this is wet PETG, so it's like not super consistent, but the black material looks like really nice, but the white is slightly, like if you look at the ears, they're slightly, yeah, it's not really visible in the camera, so it's slightly wobbly, and I'm not sure if this is just wet PETG or is it actually some alignment issues between the tool changes. So I'll do more prints, but just conceptually the mechanism is very close to what we have on the Stealth changer. Again, it's just pins and bushings. So I'm expecting the quality will be very similar. Alright, so that's it for today. Yeah, I have designs for the lift bar docks. I have designs for rigid docks that go at the top of the printer. So up to you. If you want to use a lift bar, then you're welcome. It's way faster for the tool change. You don't need to go all the way up, and lift bar comes down to you. But it's way more complex to build. Alright, that's it for today, and happy printing!